our focus is, we focus on the busy professionals. Okay, that's our niche. Now, I come from the IT industry, and I spent 20 years in IT world, and I pretty much know how to talk to IT people. In the real estate industry, most developers, they cannot talk to, they really cannot tolerate IT people because they think differently. They send those long emails with bullet points. I can, because I know what they're going to ask me ahead of time. Okay? So that became my niche. I said, I'm going to be focused on this niche. I'm going to focus on IT people because very few people can do it. So I'm going to be a stand-alone guy with that. On top of that, we limit the investment in our minimum is $50,000. That filters out many people. I'm not saying the other companies do it, it's bad or not, or, worse or better. It's just our selection because we're not mass market company. We do not advertise. We cannot handle 2,000 investors, right, Ronnie and me. But we can do a couple of hundred, for example. So that's our criteria. So if somebody comes to me and they don't have $50,000, we'll tell them, you can invest somewhere else. We can refer to another company, but it's not going to be with us. On the project side, these are the projects Ronnie and I sat down in the beginning of the year, and we said, this is what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on ground-up development projects. We're going to focus on land deals and the specialty projects. And under specialty projects, we got short-term rentals. We discussed it last time during the last meeting. The co-living, like Ronnie mentioned, we're going to talk about next time. Self-storage, we're talking today. And care. Care, I mean the nursing home, the special facility for older population. On top of that, location-wise, we do only Canada and United States. And here it becomes simple. See, I'm approached a lot on LinkedIn, on Facebook, people pitching deals. And for me, it became very, very easy, just like to Steve Jobs. If something doesn't go under the criteria I just showed you, it's a simple answer, no. And not because the project is bad. It's just because it moves us away from the focus. I cannot afford spending time on something else. So you can see people tell me, how about dentistry, right? How about referring to us and paying 2%? Somebody said, Michael, how about you going to buy houses in Portugal? And I said, no, I tell no to everyone. Again, not because it's bad, it just does not fit our criteria. Our core focus on the project I just mentioned to you. Now, something else. When I left the corporate world in 2017, 6 years ago, I needed to decide what I'm going to do. Right? So I was doing real estate, but I was doing some other things because I needed income. So that was my business plan. And I was doing real estate, I did personal investing at the CFP Group. I was mortgage broker. Right? I was trying to do loans to people, but also put investing, like syndicating financing. Right? I had a network marketing company I was part of, and a group of 200 people, which took a lot of my time. Also, I had the license as a travel agent. So my idea was that those people need the services. They also need to travel. I would connect between all of them. I was doing some strategy of real estate called overages. I'm not going to talk about that now. But what I'm saying is I was doing many things, and I had to be in many places. Instead, I said, I need to focus. My focus has to be only in CFP Group, and this is what I do now. I bring new investors, right? And I would say, I'd like to say I mastered this skill. I've been working probably 10 years on talking to investors, on the presentations. So if you wake me up at 3 a.m., I'm going to close somebody, a new investor, on a deal. Somebody calls me. It's usually a 30, 45-minute conversation. And in many cases, people are willing to start investing after that. It sounds simple, and it's pretty easy, but it is. But it took me years, close to 10 years, to master that skill. But that's what I do. I don't do anything else. Those who invest with us, I support them, right? They got my number, and I try to provide the best customer service we can. And somebody told me today they were working with another developer you need to chase. Do you remember who it was? You, right? So with me, you call me, you get a reply. Email, you get a reply. So we're trying to differentiate ourselves from another company. But again, that's our core focus. Sales and marketing, those are the skills I need. And I learn personal, professional development related to all this. That's what I do. I don't do anything else, at least I try not to, right? Because it would move me from what I need to do and what the best outcome of my actions. So for you need to spend 95% of your time on core focus activities. okay, with the goal of being 95% better than competition. Okay? I don't know what you do, what you plan on doing, but again, select small group of tasks, small group of focus activities that you need to do, and become the best. Become known as a niche player, niche person that people go to. You don't need to conquer the world. There is enough, for everyone, but be known and a player in a small area that everyone is going to talk about you. So if somebody, for example, sales and marketing, if somebody Googles me, right, normally it will show the Facebook or LinkedIn. And if you go on LinkedIn, you will see that I have more than 15,000 followers on LinkedIn. It's more than 95% of everyone on LinkedIn, right? And even people with marketing who try, take my services, I always check how many connections or followers that they have. I rarely see anyone with 15,000. If somebody goes and checks how many recommendations I have, it's about 36, right? Again, it's more than the majority of people, and it fits in the core focus. This is the personal development. Those are the books I listened to in 2022. Like I just walk and I listen. This does not include the books I read with the highlighter, does not include the conventions I went, but it's all, as you can see, it's business and personal development related. And by the way, your best investment is not in real estate, it's in yourself. For every dollar you put in yourself, you're probably going to get $10 back. And that's why, I'm trying to get better. That's why I read and listen to so many books. So, to sum up, you need to select a niche to focus on. So we're talking about realtors, for example. So sometimes, on LinkedIn, many people pitch me, Michael, I'm a realtor, let's work together. I said, fine. What's your focus area? I do everything in GTA. Okay. Which, you do residential, commercial? I do everything. When somebody tells me he does everything, I know they're not focused. I don't know if they're successful or not, but it's not a person I would like to work with. So, for example, as a realtor, select a neighborhood, right? And know every house in that neighborhood. Know how much it's worth. And be known as somebody, as a person go-to in that neighborhood, right? That's going to differentiate you from 88,000, you said? Exactly. You need to decide on strategies, a skill you need. Spend 95% of your time to developing those skills, and you need to learn to say no to the non-core items. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. But once you define those core items, or core activities for you, it's easy to say no because you know if it fits your criteria or not. And then you need to take a massive action. As Ronnie said in the beginning, there's so many ideas, but if you don't act, it's not going to change. Whatever you want in life is on the other side of your comfort zone. So this is where you need to act. I'll give you one story. We've got Dr. Chai here, right? He's a dentist. And we met 4 years ago, one convention in Phoenix. And then I knew he's going to be in Denver. Sorry to putting you on the spot, by the way. I knew he's going to be in Denver. So what I did, I booked a flight to attend the convention he was. And I checked his flight back, and I made sure I rented a car. So to get him as an investor, he had no way of not being with me. So we drove in the car together. We flew back, right? And that was 4 years ago. Now, 95% of the population would never do that. It's not easy. It's probably stupid. Probably would not bring any results. But again, you need to do what most people are not willing to do. So, 2 events ago, I gave an example of Toronto Raptors, right? And somebody challenged me if you can bring some additional examples, how the principles can apply, whatever you present, how it can be applied. So I was thinking about it, and I want to bring an example from the music industry. This is the song from a group called Status Quo. It came in 1986. It's called In the Army Now. Okay. Is there anyone in the room who does not know the song? You don't know the song?
He's too young.
Oh my God. So Eddie, you're not presenting this time. Now, this song became, it's an amazing song. It became so popular in 1986. You can see the chart. I went on Wikipedia, saw the chart. So it's 5 or 6 number 1 spots, several number 2 and 3. Like it went over Europe. Like everybody was singing it. It was just amazing. Now, did you know this is not their song? The song was written in 1982 by the group called Bolden and Bolden, or Bolden and Bolden. Does anyone know or heard of Bolden and Bolden? Right? It's amazing. So this is the original song, just 4 years ago. Nobody heard of them. The song was out there. They didn't take any spots in Europe or anyone else. So what I'm trying to show you, what I'm trying to tell you, not steal, but borrow. Borrow. What I'm trying to say is you do not need to reinvent the wheel. Whatever mistakes are you trying to do, all been made. You need to find somebody who did it before you. Or you need to find a product or an activity that was done before you. All you need to do is change it a little bit, right?
You know who's
And you market. What?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's true, right? But then you change it a little bit and you show it as your own, as the marketing, right? Whoever has the best marketing wins, not whoever has the best product. That's an amazing example. And the reason I'm showing you is because the key to success is not doing more. It's doing more of what works, okay? And that's the conclusion of my presentation. Again, I know it's a little complicated, a lot of material, a lot of ideas I gave you. Again, I'm going to send it all to you so you can review, see slowly what fits for you, because probably if you go and do those core items for you, your life going to be changed. Okay? Thank you so much.